Hello everyone, The Nerdy Steve here, and today we're just gonna go and jump in right into the Alchemy ladder with my Anvil deck. I'll post a link to the video from yesterday, but I figured, again, Standard is just waiting for the bans to come out on Arena tomorrow. So, figured, I'd still do my Anvil thing, and I get to try and climb the ladder a little more. So, cheers. Alright. This is fine, I think. Alright, we get to do the Epicure on turn 1. That land was a really good draw. Epicure turn 1, followed by Oni-Cult turn 2, then Brushstroke. Pretty fantastic start we have here. So, I'm very happy. Our opponent attacks, we do not block. Though, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, there might be a reason for us to block because we want our opponent to not have the gas to give our Blood Artist -1/-1. So it may have not been completely terrible to block there. Though now, since our opponent did the Rite of Oblivion, we just want to get this going and attack. Do a Welcoming Vampire. A little unfortunate here. Our opponent will probably draw a lot of cards, but again, that's probably okay. Let's attack, and we get 2 triggers from the Blood Artist. And we deal 1 damage from the Epicure. There could be a reason to not attack if we draw another Meathook Massacre or Blood Artist. That will be more damage down the line. But I also don't exactly know what our opponent is playing. And I feel like it's just a little safer for me to do that here. Though that could be wrong. So let's Deadly Dispute away a Blood. Alright, well, maybe that was wrong. If we do it for 1, that should be enough. Because that's 4, 8, 12. And it was enough, GG. So our opponent is black and white and uses their graveyard, it looks. So now I have to figure out what I want to do here. I don't think we need the Dockside. I kind of want Viconia. And it looks like we might want Sheoldred if our opponent is drawing some cards. And maybe Invoke. In general, I think I want Invoke against white decks because there's likely enchantments that we want to get rid of. But we also didn't see a lot of the cards in our opponent's deck. I think we want to get rid of the Synthesizer because, again, not particularly great with Sheoldred and Invoke. And I think I'm kind of okay here. So we can just do this. Alright. We will go for the Epicure. Here. And we have a really, really good start like last time again. The problem is we do have a lot of mountains, right? Which can always be a little bit of a problem with this deck because we did side in all the invokes, right? So we're going to want to loot these mountains away and Forsaken Crossroads on black. Okay. So we have our Sanguine Brushstroke. hoping that this is going to be enough. A Meathook Massacre, okay. A little unfortunate, but again, we're kind of fine. What we really, really want to do is, yeah, draw something like this. Let's Forsaken Crossroads to see what's on the top of our library. We'll scry. And that might inform what I want to do here. And I think I want a Bloodtithe Harvester over the Brushstroke. Because next turn we can Brushstroke and Epicure if we want to. Oh, we can get rid of that. And it not, like, feel too bad. Or rather, I mean, we get to use our mana and we have our Bloodtithe Harvester out, right, and active, and the Blood Artist didn't need to be played last turn. And now we just wait. Our opponent has the flashback on the Rite of Oblivion as a possibility. Ulazel. Okay. And now we get to blood away and hope to find an answer of some sort. This is 8 damage, which is a lot. And we get to Oni-Cult, which was a perfect draw there. Oh, and Sheoldred is so incredible. So right now we are very, very, very happy with everything going on here. Temporary lockdown would probably be the worst thing our opponent could do. Opponent does that. I don't think attacking would have been particularly good, or double blocking yet. Maybe I'll regret that wedding announcement. Decline. We want to keep both our brush strokes. Our opponent's now at 4. And GG. And our final ranking is still 7. Okay. Our opponent is playing a Kumano Faces Kakazan, which has the potential to be very, very bad for us. The red aggro decks can sometimes just be a little too quick for us to, you know, come back and develop a plan to win. So we want our opponent to not do anything here. Reinforced Ronin isn't particularly great for us. However, this +1/+1 counter will go away. So I'm kind of okay with that. And a Strangle on the Epicure is okay. Again, nothing too wonderful here. And we drawing that Haunted Ridge is going to be wonderful for us. Thankfully. Because now we know we have a untapped land on the 3rd turn, which can be very, very scary if we didn't get that. Because then we'd be really, really not in a good spot. We will Infernal Grasp the Etching, right? Because we're going to take 2 anyway. Might as well get rid of it now. If our opponent has the +4/+3 instant, which a lot of these aggressive mono red decks saw, that wouldn't have saved it. But maybe like we wanted to wait till blockers declared until we got priority again. Like that may have been a little too soon. Fable is going to be really, really good here because our opponent needs the removal for the token. If our opponent does that, that means that damage is going elsewhere, and then being able to loot away maybe the synthesizer or a Meathook for something more relevant might be good. Don't know what our opponent is thinking. If we can land the Sheoldred, that would be wonderful. And because we have Sheoldred out, we're kind of thinking whether or not we want to block if we could with the Goblin Shaman. If our opponent plays and attacks the Reinforced Ronin, right? There's potential we can get rid of the Ronin permanently and block it. But if we let it go through, next turn we can Sheoldred, attack, get the treasure, and then we can gain 2 life with the blood token. Now that blood token draw trigger from Sheoldred will even out the damage from the Reinforced Ronin, but it does mean we get to keep the Goblin. Now the Goblin's dead, so that's not something we have to consider. But it is something I did consider. Phoenix Chick, got it. Alright, we do... So this is interesting. I think I want to get rid of the Harvester and the Experimental Synthesizer. Okay. And now the Oni-Cult Anvil is really good because that is something that can gain us life over the next couple of turns. And the Sokenzan, since we didn't need to cast it to play the land or play it to get our mana, we can always have 2 surprise blockers. Now this is tricky. We don't block at all. I don't think we die to anything by not blocking, but I think we really want the Sheoldred to start gaining us life, right? Because now we're basically even with the Ronin. If our opponent had a 3 damage spell and the Sheoldred died, that just probably would have been worse. But I have to imagine we're in a fantastic spot now. Maybe not, though. I'm fairly confident. I think I want a Oni-Cult. And then we're gonna activate the blood now, discarding the Sokenzan, because again, we don't need the creatures that badly right now, I don't think, because now we have Anvil tokens. And then we can just say go. There's not much I'm afraid here. There is a couple cards that can gain control of a creature. Maybe double Molten something. Alright, Strangle is a reason why we didn't block Sheoldred on the Reinforced Ronin. But again, I think we're mostly fine. I think we can, again, go down to 7. That seems like a perfectly okay thing to do. Though I do wonder what that card is. I'm very curious. Their opponent's cycling, but the cycling does do that. Oh, that is beautiful for us. So we can do this. And I think we even might have lethal here. And we do. GG. Now for game 3, I think I want to get rid of Xander's Way because we want stuff that does stuff on the turn we cast it. Viconia is a 2/3. That's basically why I add him in. I like Omnixilus. The life gain and the extra bodies is very helpful. And then I actually don't particularly love the Meathook Massacre here because it doesn't gain life. We're not trying to kill our opponent quickly, right? We're just trying to live. So I think I like the Sheoldred here. And we'll keep. So we get to do Shambling Ghast on 1, followed by turn 2 Viconia with the Sulfurous Springs, followed by turn 3 Untapped Haunted Ridge, and then maybe an Oni-Cult. But who knows? Our opponent is looking at the scry. Put on top. Okay. Omnixilus. What a wonderful draw, actually. Now we have our 3-drop. So we will do Viconia on turn 2. Then Omnixilus on 3. Sacrificing the Ghast. Maybe killing something of our opponents. Maybe creating a treasure. Who knows? But Omnixilus making a devil and gaining us 2 life is just so great against this mono red deck. Because the devils can often trade with a lot of our opponent's things, like a Falkenrath Pit Fighter. And the 2 life is sometimes just equivalent to making your opponent discard a card or 2. So I'm very, very happy here. We will Viconia. Viconia is probably going to get strangled, but that's fine. And we wait. bloodthirsty adversary is totally fine for us, right? And this turn's going to be really, really unfortunate for our opponent. Oh! I mean... Okay. Not what I thought was gonna happen, but, you know, I'll... GG. You know, sometimes games like that happen, but we did get to Mythic number 6, so... Yay for us. Well, everyone, what a match to end the stream on, or the video on. But thank you all for watching. I hope this video was at least somewhat entertaining, and somewhat fun, and somewhat educational. And yeah, I hope you can... you can also watch me at twitch.tv/thenerdysteve. You could also like, comment, subscribe, which is a great way to help support me. There is a coaching link below for Metafy if you want some coaching. And yeah, I hope you'll have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.